All right, here we go. We about to roll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yo, what's up? What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Still the Shit Podcast, Sports Edition. You know what I'm saying? Welcome back, football. How you doing, my nigga?
I'm good. Let's go.
Oh, yeah, my fault. I forgot to do the introduction. You know, I'll be your boy Johnny, and that's my nigga.
It's J-Mo. You know what time it is.
I'm introducing you as my nigga. That's not professional. But anyways, here we go, bro. Football is back, right?
It is.
Football is back, and it's lovely to have you know what I'm saying? Just waking up on this Labor Day. And now we just about to talk what we know. You know what we about to talk? Some NFL football. Fucking right, man. Shit. We just had our draft. Our fantasy football draft last night. So that's going to be the first thing we're going to kind of dive into. Not ours, but specifically just football, like fantasy football all around, right?
Yeah.
All right, then my nigga, pop it off.
Man, that's some bullshit. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, that draft was cool. I enjoyed the players, but I am not the nigga to sit there on my phone and wait for other niggas 45 seconds and 12 seconds in. After like my second pick, I didn't realize it. Because I didn't look at the big board how it was, and I was like, damn, dog, like 14 fucking picks. I gotta wait like 10 or 14 Man,
picks.
that shit was
I was
tough.
like, dude, I was like making food. I was just like in the kitchen just making food and eating.
Well, I couldn't wait to complete my roster and get everything I thought I knew. Once I picked my last pick, I just got the fuck out of there.
Hell yeah, it was pretty cool, man. I liked the little draft, man, because like whoever the first Mob Tie, right? Who had first pick?
Houston pipe layers.
Motherfucker set that shit up with Tyreek Hill. I was like, son of a bitch.
I laughed because you had just told me about that. But it was like a cool experience. That was my first time. This is my first time joining a league like of peers and friends and stuff. I usually do DraftKings, and before I've done like ESPN and Yahoo leagues and stuff like that. But this is my first time actually joining with people I know and I can engage with, so it should be fun, man.
Mm-hmm. Well, I haven't played fantasy football since the first year of fantasy football, like real talk. So I'm pretty much an old dinosaur. That was like, you know, in the beginning, and I'm just coming right back into it, and I like it. It's pretty cool, man. Because I don't know, I was just like, you know, whoever was coming up on my boards, I was just going with my best knowledge. Like, I know he's gonna get some yards. I know he's gonna get TDs. I'm gonna try to go that way, but then I kind of got shook up a little bit because we all know cardinal rule number 1: don't fucking pass up a running back like in the first 3. You heard me? That's like a cardinal rule when it comes to fantasy football, and I broke that cardinal rule. So that's a bad mark on my own thing when it comes to this draft. It was kind of a bad mark, but I got lucky a little bit. I kind of got lucky around my 4th pick, I think.
Okay.
But like there was a lot of shit that was going, man. Wide receivers was getting popped, like was getting picked up. Like the best, like I would say, like the best running backs, like top 5 were already gone. They were already gone once we got to round 3.
Yeah, that's one of the top positions to go first for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Cause I was like just going back looking at articles and shit about this, and it was like, damn, I kind of did break that cardinal rule, but I had my sights set on Christian McCaffrey. I had my sights set on him, but once he kind of like got out my graps, I was like, no. And I just wanted to think of, then I was thinking Austin Eckler, but I was like, nah, because I feel like, oh, hey, one of these quarterbacks gonna get picked up before I do anything. So I got kind of nervous, but then I was like, fuck it, let me just get him. My first pick was Jalen Hurts.
Just gotta get him, man.
And that's pretty good. And it was a pretty good pick. It was a solid pick, but it wasn't a pick that I was like, I wanted to get. I would love to have got Christian McCaffrey, because then after my second pick, I definitely would have got Jalen Hurts. That would have been real good right there.
Yeah, my first pick was Jamar Chase, but I don't know my picks in order. I'm gonna say my quarterback because you said yours. But my quarterback is Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson was your first pick.
And I felt like, no, he wasn't.
He wasn't?
It's my second pick.
Okay.
But I felt like Lamar Jackson could be dynamic, of course, throwing the ball, running the ball, touchdowns. Of course, he got better wide receivers this year. Mm-hmm. I feel like he's out to prove himself. He got a little chip on his shoulder. Only thing I need him to do is stay healthy. Stay Lamar, baby. Let's go.
Exactly. And yeah, I actually we talked about it earlier too, even though we wasn't doing shows like around like, you know, the since we wasn't really doing shows around like the off season, we were talking kind of campaigning for Lamar Jackson. know what I'm saying? So I actually do want to see him do well this season. I want him to go the distance if it's within him. You know what I'm saying?
He don't go the distance, take me the distance in this fantasy shit, bro.
Yeah. We just trying to get to the playoff. You heard me? But the fantasy draft was pretty cool, man. Like last night, I even got involved in a little trade with your nephew. He traded. I think he wanted from me because I got Miles Sanders from Carolina and Jalen Waddle. No, I'm sorry, guys. This dude told me up about this shit on the pronunciation. Waddle. You know what I'm saying? And he's trying to trade for J.K. Dobbins and Deebo Samuels. I did need a running back, so I say, okay, I might just roll with Dobbins just to see where he gonna go. He's kind of on this is contract year, so he has to play. So I got faith on that, just so he have to show out. And then it was Deebo Samuel, obviously. But San Francisco, if you look at the strength of their in their first like 3 games, it's gonna be they're gonna be going up against something like the first game of the year will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's gonna be like a hella defensive game. But then again, it's week 0. We don't know.
Yep.
Yeah, all we doing is basically, even like the draft was, we're all just going on fucking projections.
So who are your running backs? Both of your running backs.
Both of my running backs is Stevenson from New England. I kind of had to roll with him, and J.K. Dobbins. Like I told you, I broke the Cardinal rule and didn't pick up a running back in the first 3. So who's your running backs?
I got Cam Akers and Travis Etienne. Cam Akers, I picked him because I was just looking for at that point in the draft. Once I picked him, I needed another running back, the starting running back, and I needed to get somebody that I know would at least get the ball. I knew I was not gonna get a big playmaker in that point, but I just needed somebody I know gonna get the ball, be a workhorse for his team.
Oh yeah, Etienne, yeah, he's that perfect.
Nah, that was Cam Akers.
Cam Akers, okay.
Etienne is an all-around running back.
Yeah,
he's a very good running back. See the holes.
But they just got rid of your boy Robinson. I think that's it. So he's gonna get most. He's gonna get most of the carries.
And he can run the ball. He can catch the ball too. He's very dynamic. He's one of those dynamic running backs. So I picked him up earlier than people probably would have thought. But he was somebody that once I seen what was left, I knew I had to get another playmaker, and he was there.
All right, for sure. I feel that one too. Yeah. But in our league, man, who you think got the best running backs?
I don't know nobody else's team. But
I've been looking at our league and whatnot. I'm gonna go through and stuff like that. But talk about wide receivers, man. How your wide receivers look?
I got DK Metcalf and Jamar Chase.
DK?
My first 2 receivers. DK Metcalf is somebody I got just for his big playability. One thing I can say I don't like is he's not a high volume guy. He's just a big play guy more so. He don't get the ball a lot, but I'm just hoping for the big plays. I got Jamar Chase, who's a very high volume and he's big play. Very productive, dependent on in their offense a lot. So I picked him thinking I can get some good points on the week with him.
All right. Okay, now, like to come back onto this, why I asked earlier, who has the best running backs? Right now, I'm just looking through the league and whatnot. I'm looking through our league, and it actually your opponent of week 1. He actually has like a nice duel that he's about to, like a nice dual running back squad that he's gonna have going against you. Even though you could project it to win the game though, but he has Joe Mixon and he has Damian Pierce.
What I'll say about that is Joe Mixon is going against a stout defense. If they can't do one thing, they're going against San Francisco. Stop the run.
No. I mean Cleveland. Sorry about that.
They can stop the run and they can get after the quarterback. So I'm not worried about Joe Mixon week 1. Damian Pierce is going against Baltimore defense.
I'm wondering though, who got in us crew? Who the fuck got Derrick Henry? Oh,
the last dude.
Your guy, your car guy. We're gonna just call him. We're gonna just call him out. We shouting these dudes out so they gonna listen to it. I know they're gonna listen to it. I know you won't get your nephew to listen to it. So anyway, but he got Derrick Henry, and that's pretty much his only running back that he got. Let me look at his.
Talk about your wide receivers.
Oh, my wide receivers. Okay, I got Chris Olave. That's how you pronounce his name.
Olave.
I got Chris Olave. I got him in as my second pick because I just know that he's gonna get the most touches of the wide receiver corps in New Orleans. Well, Michael Thomas is back, but we don't know yet, so we gotta just check that out. And then my second wide receiver is Chris Godwin. Of course, Chris Godwin. I think besides Mike Evans, he is like, he's just like, that number one guy that you want to go to in the air. So Chris Godwin, I got him. And then I actually got Tyler Lockett. I got Tyler Lockett pretty much towards the down end of the draft. I say, fuck it. Let me just go get somebody who I know is reliable, who I can say is reliable right there. I get him. And then out of nowhere, I just got your boy, Jerry Jeudy.
All right.
I got him. I just say, okay, let's just see. Let's just see this year. Sean Payton's over there and all that. So I'm going to say, I'm just hoping just to see how that is with them. They played the Los Angeles, but Denver plays Vegas. So they play the Raiders. As a matter of fact, man, I can't wait to get off this one because once we get into the schedules, these are some good games that's gonna be coming up in week 1. Some very good games. So anyway, what else we gonna talk about on the draft?
I just want to run through these teams real quick. So my tight end is Hawkinson. Well, my other 2 wide receivers was Brandon Cooks and Devontae Smith. Just 2 second wide receivers. I feel like I could get a lot of good looks because they have dynamic wide receivers that's their ones.
Oh yeah, and I forget to mention I got Deebo Samuel too. Yeah.
And my tight end is Hawkinson that just got traded from Detroit to Minnesota. He's going to be a high volume guy because they want to take a lot of the pressure off of Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson to kind of make people play more honestly on Justin Jefferson. That's the second option out there in Minnesota this year.
Hell yeah. If you ain't a Velcro strap type cornerback going up against Justin Jefferson, it's like, yeah, you gotta have some type of game plan to get him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Justin Jefferson is a beast. You gotta double that nigga if you can't hit him. If you can't rock with him 1-on-1.
Yep. And for my kicker, I got this nigga Gano from the Giants. I just feel like they have an offense that'll get stalled a lot and they'll kick a lot of field goals. That's literally my only reason for picking him up.
Talking about the Giants?
Yeah, that kicker.
Okay. Somebody did something very clever because when I saw Tucker go, I was like, smart move, nigga.
But Tucker not gonna kick a lot of field goals. They gonna score a lot of. That's what I'm saying. Like him being a good kicker is cool.
Yeah.
But you need a team that's gonna kick a lot of field goals.
But also our league on our league rules, like the distance of the kick also determines how much you're gonna get as well, right?
But you get more points for every field goal than you do
the distance.
Yeah, the distance means something in this league, but I feel like Justin Tucker gonna kick more extra points.
That point.
Get that extra point, and then he would the extra 3 points.
I feel you on that one.
So I don't feel like he's the top kicker as far as in fantasy football points.
Yeah. Exactly. So pretty much in this one, you got to look in the terms of like, how much an offense can have. Like shit, then a good kicker would have been probably like Pinheiro from Carolina.
Or a team that you feel like Lamar them, if they in the red zone, they'll go for that shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Now if it's 4th and 20 or 4th and 7 or 4th, you know what I'm saying? A central order scorer dictate them to kick the field goal. Of course, they're going to kick field goals throughout the year. I'm just saying as far as in fantasy points, it's like running backs. Mm-hmm. You won't always go with like the best running back in the league. You go with the nigga who get catches and runs. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly. You want yourself
fantasy works different than like I watch football every week and I know who's the best. You got to know them stats, bro. Like that nigga might run for 100 yards and average 100 yards running, but this dude average 160 yards from scrimmage like Christian McCaffrey because he gonna get 8 catches, 80 yards plus 100 yards and goddamn whatever many rushes. I don't know if you get points for rushes in this, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I gotta still look at the I still gotta go through the rules. I'm gonna go through the rules because I got a barbecue later on today. Anyways, you already know. So the thing that I do with that now, I'm a barbecue and I'm gonna study. And it's pretty cool, but it's like I have nothing to study yet because I need the season to go into motion. So right now I'm just doing research.
So what's your defense?
My defense is the Ravens. I just don't know why I picked the Ravens, but I said, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna just get the Ravens. I don't know how much they are on their turnover ratio and everything, but I just say, hey, a solid defense. Sometimes instead of making those turnovers and stuff like that, the best thing to do is to stop a defense. Stop an offense.
Yeah, I got the Browns. And mine is just good because I wasn't going to invest a high pick into a defense, trying to get a defense to turn over and score touchdowns. like you say, I just wanted a defense that wasn't gonna give up 40 fucking points a week and had me at 0 defensive points or in the negatives.
Exactly.
Just get me somewhere in the positives, and you did your job as a defense. And as a kicker, it's almost the same thing.
But if you wanted
give me something.
But if you wanted that defense and you wanted turnovers, you could have gambled with the Cowboys.
They was gone when I got to my picks.
Yeah.
Some people picked a lot defense in a lot higher rounds than I did. I wasn't willing to go that high.
I feel like I should have drafted Ezekiel Elliott. Nah, I feel like I should have drafted Ezekiel Elliott because he's with the Patriots right now. So I don't know how that run game might be, but I definitely like on goal line situations they will go to him. So yeah, it's whatever, man. Like I wish I could take back on my running backs. I really do wish I could take back on my running backs. So fall like maybe once the season starts, man, we can see who's out there in free agency and might have like some type of like fantasy shine.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And see how people are producing because everybody's not gonna be who they was last year or what we expect them to be this year.
Exactly. I feel a lot of trades gonna happen. I feel a lot of trades and a lot of drops gonna happen.
Yep. I'm ready though. I'm ready, man. I'm ready to win week 1.
Hell yeah, man. I'm actually excited for this shit too, man. Shit. And yeah. Maybe I might actually keep the people up on update with like how everything is going on in the league and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that'll be good.
All right, cool. Let's move on then. So the next topic that we have up right now is that we're gonna talk about our teams. As we're gonna be also running down, we're gonna like basically. Should we talk about our individual teams right now, or should we just start out in the division? No, our fantasy draft. Now we're talking.
What we just did.
Yeah, but now we're talking about our. Like,
our actual
our actual NFL teams.
Yeah, we can talk on those guys.
Or we could just like fluctuate it into like the divisions. How you want to do it, baby?
Bro, if you leading the show, go ahead.
All right, then. See, I
can't.
Just to make it easier on us and like it won't get too winded because our teams ain't really gonna make that much. We might as well talk about the divisions right now, but we'll do it respectfully. You heard me? And we're gonna start out because we did on the coin flip. We're gonna start out the NFC South. So, what are our predictions on the NFC South?
The Saints are highly anticipated to win. Not anticipated. A lot of people are picking them to win the division. I can't see it going any other way other than Atlanta, like putting all of that. They got a lot of talent in Atlanta, man.
Yeah.
And if they put all of that shit together, they can make some shit happen over there. So, and this is gonna be a weak division.
Yeah, it's gonna be a weak division for sure.
If I had to bet money, I would pick the Saints to be smart. But if I wanted to look smarter than I was, I would probably just pick Atlanta. But I'm picking the Saints to win the NFC South.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing because I'm a Carolina Panthers fan, and that's pretty much where I come in now. The Panthers are just too fresh. I cannot really see them even competing with the Saints. Maybe, who knows? It's a long season, but rookies got to develop, and let's just hope that he could stay healthy out there. So that's my shine on the Panthers. I'm not going to talk too much on them, like dissect them and shit like that. But let's go into the division. Saints are going to definitely win that. Derek Carr should be able to fucking command that ship. He should be able to get the W's that the Saints need. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be the kings of the NFC South. Atlanta can be that team. But then again, we might be sleeping on Tampa, but I don't believe in Baker Mayfield. So I don't believe in him. And Atlanta, out of all those teams, actually, when it comes to the terms of being fresh, just fresh. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. If you think about the word fresh, you know what I'm saying? That's like young. You rest. You know what I'm saying? You ready to go. You know what I mean? When you're well rested. And that's why I look at them. I'm just like, everything got to come together like a boiling pot. Everything got to come together like a boiling pot.
They got top-tier talent at all the skill positions for sure.
Exactly. Kyle Pitts, fucking Drake London. They just got the running back from Texas, Robinson. Ritter is the only thing that's like, we got to see you, man. You got to show. He's the only one.
We're going to see.
All right. So that's pretty much it, man. It wasn't that much to cover on the NFC South. So let's roll over to your land. Let's roll over to the AFC. The AFC South.
I got Tennessee winning. Tennessee going to win it. Jags got to play a first place schedule in the AFC. I don't think they're built like that for real. Jags just got to show me more than once that they can do what they did. And last year, what they did was fluke. They had to win like they last 8 or 9 games to even get in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Then they had to come back from 27 or 24 points to even win a playoff game. I don't stand on shit like that. Like, that's flimsy shit. And I feel like Tennessee was more solid. They just lost themselves at the end of the season. And I feel like they, with the addition of DeAndre Hopkins, you still got Derrick Henry. It'll make Tannehill a little bit better, and they always play tough-nosed defense. I think they'll win the division this year. The Texans, I think they'll have an improved season because they do have a better defense and a better defensive mind out there. They have a better offense with a better offensive mind out there. They don't have no wide receivers, so I don't want to say a better offense. But they got a better quarterback. The running back's still good. The offensive line got better for sure. And I know that they're going to run the ball, and try to, short pass type shit. They ain't going to try to air it out. So, pretty safe offense. But I feel like they'll be an improved team, still be giving away a top 5 pick this year to the Arizona Cardinals.
Damn. You talked about the Colts, right?
Ain't nothing to say about the Colts. They got Anthony Richardson, Jonathan Taylor mad, and Colts are the Colts, bro. They gonna be somewhere number 3 or 4 in the division.
All right, then. I agree with you on most of that stuff except for the first one. I think it might actually be like a little contest between Tennessee and Jacksonville. Jacksonville is probably here. They might actually shock. They actually might just shock the division. I pretty much, I don't know.
You can't shock a bad division, bro.
You can't shock a bad division.
Like, what they gonna do? Win the AFC South? Wow. They can go fucking 10-7 and win the AFC South.
Yeah, if it's a neck race between them and Tennessee.
And Tennessee not gonna be as good as like an NFC contender, but they'll be in the AFC South. I feel like they'll do enough to win because the head-to-head matchups mean something. And I feel like Tennessee is just a better team than Jacksonville.
Yeah, that's for real though. They are the better team. But I'm like, hey man, Jacksonville might be doing something over there.
You could be right though. I wouldn't if you were right, it wouldn't shock me though. Put it like that.
I'm not right. I'm just making predictions.
You know what I'm saying? Like if your prediction turned out to be true, I wouldn't be shocked if like Jags won the AFC South because now if the Texans won the AFC South, you talking about shocking the division, nigga.
That is kind of shocking the division right there, like for real. But anyways, okay, since we don't have that much to talk about our divisions because they're But anyways, let's go over. Let's we want to go AFC, NFC. Fuck it, we're gonna go NFC. Let's talk about NFCs. What you think about the NFCs, bro?
I think the NFC East is going to the Dallas Cowboys. I think they'll have a better record than the Philadelphia Eagles. They won 12 games last year with Dak leading the league in interceptions and missing 5 games. So I feel like their defense is going to be more mature. They got better defense than they did last year, and they had a hell of a defense last year. And the offense will be a lot more smart and careful instead of trying to be like all these other offenses that's in the AFC. I mean, that's in the NFL.
Okay.
And I think Philadelphia will be top tier. Still, they'll be like Dallas Cowboys was last year. Dallas won 12 games, 12-5, and went to the playoffs. Still a good record. So I feel like they'll do some shit like that. I feel like Washington will have a competitive year to where you look at them and say, hey, man, they're competing, but they won't win that many games. And I think the Giants will underwhelm a lot of people.
Damn. Yeah, because the Giants kind of got like high expectations right now from like last season. But like, I don't think, it's like pretty much this is like a year of show improve from like most teams. And the Giants is that team that's going to have to show improve. With the Cowboys, with that saying, I'm like, the Cowboys can be their own worst enemy in the situation like it has been in many situations in their career. Only they can do this. They're pretty much they are the masters of their destination now, the masters of their faith, whatever the fuck you want to say. I don't know about Philly, man. Maybe I just see how Philly is, man. Philly always can just come up like when you're not really looking at them.
Everybody looking at them.
Yeah, everybody is looking at him. Jalen Hurts got something to prove, probably again. I love it when that dude plays with a chip on his shoulder.
Okay, we're gonna be real. Can I? You know, J-Mo always got to bring it back to front and center. Jalen Hurts had 1 year, bro. He been in the league more than 1 year. Mm-hmm. He's improved into a great player, a good player to who he is, but he got to show that he can maintain it after people watched a year of Philly football and got a whole offseason to just the division, especially to look at them and
it's gonna come down to it, to where it's gonna be a race based on the division wins.
Of course, I think Dallas have a better record.
I gotta look at their schedule though.
Philly gonna have the first place schedule regardless. But that ain't nobody. That's fucking Minnesota. Who won the AFC West? That's San Francisco.
AFC or NFC?
NFC West, but in the NFC South.
NFC South was
Tampa Bay.
Tampa.
So that's not a hard road to go through as far as in the first place schedule. If anything, the second place schedule or third place schedule will be a little harder in the NFC because the teams that won last year was pooty. They was ass. They was out of there.
Yeah, you're right though. Yeah. So, the Eagles will be playing those number 1 teams, right? San Francisco,
Minnesota, and Tampa Bay.
Tampa is kind of beatable for them. They could do that with Tampa probably.
They can beat Minnesota.
Yeah, it could be Minnesota too. Minnesota, like it's what it is. You know how I feel about Kirk Cousins.
So I feel like first place schedule not that hard. It's not even hard. I'm not even gonna say that hard. It's not hard in the NFC this year, but.
All right, then. With that being said, let's roll over to the damn North, then. NFC North.
I got Baltimore.
Hell, no, that's AFC.
Oh, the NFC North, I got... Damn, that's weird.
NFC is kind of going to be crazy because Aaron Rodgers not there no more. So, Green Bay is very fresh. Minnesota's still Minnesota. Then, I don't know, the Lions look like they might be doing something, but let's just see, man. They had, their season wasn't that good. Hell no, it was horrible.
I got Minnesota winning the division. I got the Lions.
It was a horrible season for them last year, but I don't know. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. They almost made it to the playoffs, huh? That was the year before. Last year, the Lions almost made it to the playoffs. Almost. I want to say that, right?
They didn't make it.
They didn't make it, almost. But in their division, they really couldn't. But it was kind of close. And then you got in Chicago. Chicago made some moves to where it's like, let's see how it works now. Justin Fields is okay. Like, he's good. Let's see how it works with the pieces that they gave him, what they got him. And I don't know, the North is like, but if I want to say whoever's going to take the North is going to be Minnesota.
Yeah, I picked Minnesota. I think the Vikings not going to, they will underwhelm also. They finna get their teeth kicked in on Thursday Night Football. And then I think the Jordan Love, he got something to prove. I don't know what to say about the Packers. That's why I can't pick them. I don't know what he is, what he ain't, what they about, what they trying to do. I don't know nothing right now as far as that goes. And Chicago is just overrated, bro. Like, now they trying to put a lot of this and that out there about what they gonna be and who Justin Fields gonna be. Another team just got to show it, because he showed me flashes, but he had never showed me like a gang of shit that, like, okay, all he needed some talent around him and he'll be that nigga. So he still got to show me a lot more when it comes to being a good quarterback in the NFL, other than being a fast ass quarterback that can break out and run for a touchdown from the other side of the field. That shit cool. But once niggas game planning on your ass and got time to beat your ass, you're going to have to do more than that. You're going to have to know how to throw that ball to become a threat. Like, so they'll back up off you and you get more room to run if that's what you want to do as a quarterback. I don't think he's proven himself as a passer. I don't know if he's a good passer yet.
I think he's going to do all right.
I hope he does, though.
I think he's going to do all right, especially with the addition of DJ Moore.
But you know what we don't talk about and I always focus on is the offensive line.
Yeah, we never talk about the offensive line, and I was just thinking about that when I was just watching when I was watching the LSU FSU game. You know what I'm saying, from last night. LSU has a good fucking line. That O line was pretty good. It's just that homeboy had his, like, you know, he had his difficulties with passing the ball, but that just made me think about offensive linemen, and we don't talk about that enough. We need to really start paying attention to them fucking dudes in the trenches.
I'm not going to say pay attention to more offensive line, man. Just how good a team's offensive line is. And linemen sometimes will get their recognition, like Trent Williams. Like I like Larry Tunsil over here in Houston. And even like going back to college football, watching the Texas Longhorns this weekend, they got a first rounder as a left tackle. You know what I'm saying? So I like teams with a good offensive line and a defensive line. That's what's gonna win you games. Mm-hmm. When Dak and Ezekiel first came in and Dallas was winning, they had the best offensive line in the league, and they going 13-3 in back-to-back seasons.
Oh, yeah.
And Ezekiel leading the league and rushing in back-to-back seasons, because that's what you can do behind the offensive line that's that good. And when they start getting hurt, every year he started declining. Yeah. So offensive line is very vital to a team winning and losing.
You remember that year where his whole line was pretty much just hurt before the season started?
Yeah, and I remember that Super Bowl where Patrick Mahomes had no offensive line and got his ass tore up all game. Yeah. So it don't matter how good you are. If you don't have an offensive line, it's going to make you a little worse than you really are for sure.
The only man that can do it with a beat-up line is Joe Burrow.
Yeah, he the only one that showed he can do that shit.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of that, man, I want to like go straight over there because the AFC North is sounding way more exciting with the players over there than the NFC North. But let's just go all the way over to like now the NFC West. We're gonna just knock that one out the park. Obviously, San Francisco is gonna run that shit. I feel San Francisco is gonna run that shit. Arizona is like who? LA Rams. They're like a beat up old body. They're a beat up old body. Let's just see what they can do. But I'm really just feeling like, San Francisco is gonna take over this. Brock Purdy's gonna. I hope he don't turn out to be a fluke. Cause that's something special. He's kind of like something you really don't see come around very often. Based for the quarterback, you know what I mean? So with that, I'm just thinking like I just hope that he don't turn out to be a fluke. And then that team is just pretty well put together. So and then who else is in the fucking West? Who else is in the West? I just mentioned Seattle. Why did I sleep on Seattle? I think Seattle's gonna be that one team that could just make it very competitive over there. That's what I believe. What do you believe?
I think the Rams will be a sleeper team over there because they're a team that got a lot of the same talent that was hurt last year. And teams that do that, like they get hurt and we forget about them and they get healthy the next year, they usually come back and play better than they did the year before. So I think that'll be something that helps them as far as in gaining their footing back. I think the 49ers do win the division. I don't believe in Brock Purdy a lot, honestly, because the offense they ran for him. And that's not, I don't believe in him. All he got to do is hit the open guy. Kyle Shanahan's going to get somebody open. And that's what they used to get mad at Garoppolo for. It's like, why the fuck you throw it 20 yards and I had a guy open 8 yards down the field? This play was designed for him to be 8 yards down the field so he can make a play. Yeah. And that's all Brock Purdy did last year was he hit the open guy. So stay hitting the open guy, my boy, and you'll be all right. But he's not no like spectacular ass quarterback to where if you put him in any system, he'd be a okay dude. He's a hit the open guy, and he got to have a genius calling plays that's going to get the guys open. So I got a lot of faith in what San Francisco going to be able to do. They got like one of the most talented rosters in the NFL this year, honestly.
You make it sound like, I'm sorry, you make it sound like San Francisco kind of had the intentions to have themselves a mobile quarterback, but it wasn't really working. Now they got themselves a pocket passer, and it was working.
Because Kyle Shanahan realized what he do best. What he wanted was a guy, his perfect quarterback isn't even Brock Purdy. His perfect quarterback is a guy that'll sit there and read the shit like Brock Purdy, but then once the shit don't hit, can take off like Trey Lance. Yeah. That's what he wanted. He wanted a pocket quarterback with the present, like he can teach you hit the open guy. But once the guy's not open, you can get us 8 yards on the ground with your legs. That shit they couldn't get nowhere else. That would make his offense like unstoppable. It's like, nigga, now we got to watch this nigga. And he always got a nigga open. Now he going to have two niggas open. Yeah. So he tried to get that out of Trey Lance. And I think that's what his problem was with Trey Lance was a ad-libber. He's a nigga that look up, look down, and take off running. He not going to sit in that pocket like Brock Purdy and make his read. And Brock Purdy can't get out and run like that nigga Trey Lance. So I wouldn't be surprised if a quarterback comes along that gives them an option to do both of those things. Like a Russell Wilson would have been his perfect quarterback. Somebody who will sit there and read for all day, but still got the athleticism to get out the pocket and go like a Donovan McNabb. And I feel like that's what he's looking for. And that's what he thought he was going to get in Trey Lance by getting a guy that was from the D2. He didn't want one of these big head niggas from Alabama or Clemson or one of these big colleges that's going to come in thinking they the shit. He pulled somebody from the woodworks and like, nigga, I'm going to put you out here and put you on. But he picked him with number 3 pick. You paying him like $7 million a year. He in San Francisco, no matter where you got him from, nigga. He going to feel good about himself. And I think Trey Lance just wouldn't buy into what he needed to do to be a San Francisco 49er. So I blame him, but I don't blame him because he got almost $28 million for being there and doing shit, but working out. And
get paid, young man.
Get paid, nigga. And now he in Dallas for like another guaranteed year and another option on another year. So he gonna make $30-something million before he even become like a thought of becoming a starting quarterback, nigga. That's what you call good business in the NFL. They just dry ass picked that nigga with the number 3 pick.
Yeah, they did. All right, then. So let me see the next thing we're gonna do. Yeah, we gotta just go over to the AFC East. I mean to the AFC division, and boom, we'll be done. So, anyways, I just said it. We just finished the AFC South. Let's go to the AFC East. The AFC East. What you guys say about that though? That one?
No, I just know that's a jumbled ass division because Buffalo, I lose faith in a little bit more every year. Miami, I'm just question mark, because they can be a lot, but they can also be mediocre. And the Patriots can be disruptors to where they just giving niggas L's and finish somewhere middle of the pack. And then you got the Jets with Aaron Rodgers who can make them niggas that damn good. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what to think of it, but just to like make a prediction, I'm going to say the Jets win it because to me, they got the best quarterback in the division. They do have weapons, and they got the best defense in the division. So I feel like quarterback and defense can get you where you got to go. And they don't have like just a good quarterback. They got a quarterback that can put the ball where it need to be, that'll throw the ball away 1,000 times a game instead of throwing interceptions. Like, they got a very careful quarterback, and they got some real young players who look up to this nigga. Like, in Minnesota, at Green Bay, they get tired of this nigga. They goddamn bitch ass nigga. You still every year you come in mad bitch ass nigga. But with them, they look at it as he's expecting greatness out of me. Like, damn, Aaron Rodgers expect me. Like, you know what I'm saying? They look at it as expectations and they want to meet him. Because at the end of the year, they want to be Devontae Adams to Aaron Rodgers. Like, somebody Aaron look at it and be like, that's my boy, man. He's the best receiver in the goddamn league. But I feel like I'm going to pick them to win it. I feel like the Patriots going to probably finish they're not going to finish last. Patriots don't finish last, and Jets win the division. It's going to be a weird year.
Yeah, Patriots gonna finish last. Dang. But this is gonna be a like a rumble of a division right here.
It's crazy.
I'm like, shit. Buffalo, like you said, losing faith. I'm like, bruh, because last season was like, y'all choked. I don't know. I had to say, y'all choked on this one. What the fuck? High expectations, didn't meet them. Then with this one, now you got Miami. Now you say Miami's mediocre, I say they're mediocre when they're hurt like that. When they're hurt like that, I'm talking about when Tagovailoa is like hurt like that. You know what I'm saying? So,
but he been hurt like that like since college.
all the time. But last year was like fuck because it was a head injury. But if they could stay healthy, I think they could possibly like make it a race. But then, like you just said, the Jets. Yeah, you got the Jets now. I'm like, damn. Now I'm looking at the Patriots and I'm like, I don't know. It's going to be a race in that division. Like 2 of those teams are going to go to the playoffs. Maybe even 3. Who knows?
3 won last year. No, Miami didn't make it.
Yeah, Miami didn't make it.
Patriots made it.
And Patriots lost that bitch, right?
Yeah, they did, but I just thought about that. Patriots finished second in the division last year.
And Buffalo finished first.
And beat the shit out the Patriots in the first round.
Yep. I remember that shit. Your boy Mac Jones was out. He was out of it. Once it was like a slaughter, he was done. But anyways, we're gonna like move it over to the AFC North. Yeah, let's go for that one. AFC North gonna be a fuck. I feel like Baltimore's still gonna still gonna have that. But then I'm like, bro, Deshaun Watson is coming back from with Cleveland, Cincinnati. Can't forget Cincinnati. And Steelers, as I think about it, maybe the top 3 teams to me is gonna just be Baltimore, Cleveland, and Cincinnati. I want to see Jamar Jackson just do good, stay healthy, and this can be his season. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see how Deshaun Watson is gonna mesh with Cleveland. I think Cleveland is gonna be solid. If he is going to be the Deshaun Watson of the old, the one that we know. Cincinnati can always come at the end of the season and just make me be like, what? And then they're like, I feel like they are a playoff team. There are teams that can just get through the season, but when they get to the playoffs, there's something else. You know what I'm saying? And Cincinnati has to be one of those teams. Steelers, man. The Steelers, they just gotta just figure who their quarterback is gonna really be, right? That's it.
I think
Pickett.
Yeah,
Pickett. Like
Kenny Pickett.
Let's see let's see what he can do. Let's see what he can do now. Round 2, right?
Let's go.
All right, it's your turn.
I got Baltimore winning the division. I just got them as the better team. The number 2 or 3 spot is going to be between Cleveland and Cincinnati, like you said. I don't know in which order, but I do have Cleveland being a lot better this year with their offense improving, with Deshaun Watson being a little less rusty, shall I say. And Cincinnati, just a slow-rolling team. They usually just slow roll it until where they're trying to go. And I feel like that's exactly how they're going to approach it this year. So I got and the Steelers. I think this might be the first year Mike Tomlin finished under 500 because he's just in a tough division, a tough conference. Like, good thing about it is they play the AFC South, so they do get like a few free dubs over there. But
yeah,
other than that, man, it's just a tough season in the AFC if you're not that good.
Yeah, for real, rugged, always has been. So, anyways, now we on to the last AFC West. Hell yeah. Obviously, Kansas. Obviously, Kansas is going to take over that one. They're going to be number 1 in that one. But number two, I think the LA Chargers. LA Chargers could possibly make it like an upset for the Chiefs. Maybe. Nah,
they can't beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs in their prime right now. Chiefs ain't no slacking team. They not no weak ass team. They on top of their shit. So they not no team you look at and say, like a Buffalo who won last year, you'd be like, maybe, just maybe. Nah, ain't no maybes with Kansas City. They proven, nigga, they stand on this shit. So I feel like Kansas City, like you said, they gonna hold that shit down.
So we're gonna be around, like, for number 2, I say the Chargers. Sure. Then number 3 will have to be, for me, number 3 is gonna be a race between. That's gonna be, who's gonna be number 3? Is it gonna be the Las Vegas Raiders, or is it gonna be the Denver Broncos? Now, I like the move that they did, over there at Denver with having Sean Payton and over there, whatnot. Let's just see how it works. That's all I have to say. It was week 0. I ain't gonna be like, oh man, yeah, he gonna go in there and he gonna like control everything. He gonna get Russell Wilson right, blah blah. Yeah, I could be all that. Next I could fall on my fucking face and watching this season already tank. So I ain't gonna say nothing. I just say I want to see how this gonna work. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice because Sean Payton is that coach that will find the best in his players. He knows, and we all know Russell Wilson. So it ain't too hard to think about it. So it's gonna be a race for 3rd place in that division between those two, and that's all I have to say about that. What you say?
Yeah, I think Russell Wilson will have a better year because not a lot will be expected of him based on the offense Sean Payton will present him. He'll present him just a lot of Kyle Shanahan type shit. Hit the open guy, but hit him quick. That's one thing about Sean Payton offense is hit him quick. I'm open like niggas. So I think that's gonna be the thing. And I got them finishing 3rd. I got Chargers finishing 2nd. They're gonna have a pretty good year, but I think Denver will be a wild card threat for sure. And I got the Vegas Raiders having a decent year, but not really threatening to win anything as far as in wild card or division.
Yeah. It's like, do you believe in Garoppolo?
Nah, I don't believe in nothing they got going on.
Yeah, that whole fucking organization is like a shamble. It's like I don't know. That front office is crazy.
Because they got an owner that likes to do all of the work himself instead of leave it to people who's hired to do that shit or whose profession is doing that shit. So he hired people he can get along with instead of people that does a greater job at the job. So it's like, yeah, he might be the best at the job, but he's an asshole. I want this guy because he's cooler. You know what I'm saying? So he end up hiring Josh McDaniels and John Gruden, niggas he can go golfing with. Probably he can't hit the casino with them. But, you know, go golfing with these niggas, hop on a PJ and spend time with the family and all of those shit together.
Okay.
Same thing like Jerry Jones. That's why they end up with these mediocre ass head coaches, bro.
Yeah, they just want to just take control and just be in the fucking spotlight and everything. So that's why. So yeah, that whole thing is just a shamble over there. Like I said, it's like a fucking house of burning cards. But anyways, we're done with that one right now, right? We don't really have anything else to talk about in the NFL season. We just have to wait until these games. I'm not going to even run down the schedules.
Nah, that'll be another show.
Hell yeah. But anyways, we're done, right? We are done. We're done. So we appreciate y'all for sticking for this long, listening to the podcast, just enjoying football being back, you know what I'm saying? So we appreciate y'all for listening and everything like that. And don't forget to like and subscribe and all that shit. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. Yo, your boy's out. Peace.
Peace.